What's going on, guys? Max, aka Immature here. Bringing you guys kind of like a discussion here. So a question I've been asked in almost all my videos is how long did it take me to learn certain moves, and what are stretches to do for bone breaking. So I'm gonna go over just a couple moves, probably most, I'll see what I can remember, of how long it took me, and then I'll go over some stretches. So for me, like, I'll just go down the line of moves. The jump rope was the first move I ever learned, and it took me about a week actually just to get it down, holding my hands in the normal grip and everything. And yeah, I mean, I learned it fairly fast. And then technically, the second move I ever learned was the X, actually. It's kind of funny the way that worked. Whenever I start out a new type of dance, I always like, the moves that interest me the most are the really hard ones that everyone's like, oh, wow. So I actually learned the X. It was my second move I ever did before I even like really knew what I was doing. So I'd say that really made it easier for me, but for beginners and stuff, I would not recommend trying to do the X because it did hurt when I did it. To actually get the X down though, that move, the first time I tried it was really, really hard, and it took me well over 2 weeks to get it down. But once I was able to learn the dead arm, I learned the dead arm within like 3 days. And then within a couple more days, I learned the wrist grab. Like within a day or two after, I learned the wrist grab. And then the same day, I was able to get the cross arm down. And then within like a couple days from then, I was able to bring down my arms and do the X. The back jump rope, which is the more advanced jump rope, that one took me, I can't really remember as well. I think it took like 4 or so days. And those are like the basic moves that everyone asks me how long it takes to learn and everything. But the answer to that is really how much time are you going to put in to learning it. Like to be able to do it that fast, I put a lot of time into trying to learn it. I would do that all the time. I wouldn't go on the computer. I wouldn't use my phone. I wouldn't use anything like that. I would just practice. That's what it really takes. And you can learn all the bone breaking moves within like a month if you really step up and put all your time and effort into learning it. As for stretches I did, besides the basics for like jump rope, how I would start out and just push my arm back and everything. Before I bone break or anything, I like to get the rope again, the belt, whatever you use. And I like to just kind of like take it and do what you would normally do, but then pull it down and kind of pull your arm all the way to the side. And I like to stretch like that. And that with the other side. And then I just kind of mess around. I go like this, just keeping my arms straight. And these are like the basic ones, you know, with the belt and everything, just the normal jump rope ones that you do. But then without the belt, the ones I find were most helpful were probably, if you start off, you just cross your arms. This one was extremely helpful to getting used to a lot of the pulls and stretches and everything, just back and forth. Another one I like to do is where you go over and you try to grab your shoulder blade, and then you kind of release and see how far down you can go and everything, and the more flexible you get, the more you'll be able to do that. And same with the other one, you just try to grab your shoulder blade. Once you can do those ones and stuff, you know, you grab your wrist and you just kind of pull over your head and try grabbing your shoulder like that. And you just kind of pull your arm down, even just like pull it, see how far you can go. Same with the other one, you just put it over, grab your shoulder down. And I find that was probably the most useful stretch I ever did for bone rigging and stuff. Another one is where you just put it behind you and you just grab like your wrist or your hand and you just pull. Try pulling it to the side. Same with the other, just to the side, grab, and like that. That's another good stretch. But then for the more advanced moves, this is good, where you go like, you lace your hands but behind you. So like this. And then you just pull up and you kind of do that. This move, it helps you with so many moves. This stretch, it feels good. You'll hear like a pop right here in your back. That's always a good one. And then once you're done, like if you feel like a sting after you bone break, just kind of roll your shoulders, loosen your arms, do this a couple times, whatever it really takes. But those are the basic stretches and stuff. And I told you guys how long it normally takes me or how long it took me to be able to get all those bone breaks down. And the key thing, like I said, is just practice a lot. Do it whenever you can. Who cares if people stare at you, if you're in a grocery store, just practice, whatever. And that's about it. I hope this helped you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.